Okay, I see us on Facebook.
Yeah, we're live.
All right.
Yeah, 4 viewers.
Okay, so usually it
Hello.
takes some time to get on, so we'll just go ahead and get started at the moment. So
Great.
you guys, this is Rangers Live Chat. You guys know me, of course, and then you guys know Brian here as Dagger Boy, and then our special guest for the day on a Saturday is Davi Santos. Davi, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
So, Davi, why won't you tell us what you're doing right now? Because it looks like you're kind of like going live on Facebook on the streets of New York. So.
Yeah. So we're out on the streets of New York right now, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a uncanny difference. As today, there's a major march in context to Donald Trump's presidency. But I'm just going over to hop close by. So, but yeah, I mean, the energy is really high, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. So,
well,
any questions, anything at all, let's have a chat.
Yes. Davi,
yes.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I was actually born in this town. I've moved to Los Angeles since, but my family house is still here. And so I was born in Rio de Janeiro, and then before I was 1, my parents moved to New York City, where I was raised in the suburb of Astoria, Queens. Discovered performing was my passion right around the same time that my dad put me in karate. So I started karate around 8, and then just about 3 years afterwards in elementary school, discovered theater, and then was fortunate enough to get into a performing arts middle school in Times Square, not too far away from where we are now, which is like Lexington area. So I went there, from there performing arts high school, and then the rest was history. Fast forward, doing the karate I was learning in Astoria on Power Rangers, doing what I loved abroad.
Awesome. So I'm gonna ask just a question. How did you get started? How did you get started with acting?
Well, it was in elementary school before budget cuts. Cut arts from a lot of schools.
Oh.
And there's a lady in trouble. Do you need help? Yes. All right, cool. Yeah, I got it.
A Power Ranger to the rescue, you guys. Right, live on.
Yes, of course. Yes, we have. Oops. Got it. All right, one moment.
It's okay.
Hello, princess. Okay. 1 second. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye. All right, cool. We're back. Okay. So, yes. So performing art. So it was elementary school, and the teacher gave we had like a little sort of like teachers wrote, and then that's when my parents were like, "Whoa, you know, you're really into it," and I loved it. And then I think my dad told me the story that he was on the beach and a newspaper hit him in the face, and when he took out the newspaper, it was like Professional Performing Arts School in Midtown Manhattan. So I was a week into 6th grade, and then I auditioned and got in.
Wow.
And then the rest was history.
So Davi, we usually play a game with our guest who comes on to our show. So for you, within 30 seconds, you have to name all the Megazords that were in your season in the Power Rangers Dinosaur.
Just the single
Are you
Zord.
kidding? Oh my gosh.
Not the single Zords. Not the formation. Not the formation.
It's been a year.
I know you have done a game with the hashtag show, so we're gonna just play a mini game with you. So you got 30 seconds. So ready? Are you ready, Ryan?
Yes, and it's just single Zords. So
I can't do that.
You can do it.
I remember my Terrazord. That was it. I never had to even call the other Terrazords.
So let's see if you
I know
can.
there's like the Megazord.
You can do it.
Ready?
What?
Set.
Guys, I lost.
Yeah, go.
Okay. I'm sure there's like a Okay, so I remember. There's Terra. There's my Terrazord, and then there's like the. Oh my gosh, there were so many polysyllabic, incredibly created ones. Guys, if this was a year ago, I was in the booth like shouting these things at the sky all the time. But right now, you got me like
10 seconds left.
That's the point of
I know mine. As long as I can drive my Terrazord, we're all good.
All right, time's up. But it's okay.
That's the whole reason.
I know, epic fail.
We had so many Megazords, so it was hard to keep track. So even
Well, you named them.
Okay.
so,
T-Rex, Stego, Tessera, Pararaptor, Titano, Spino, Ankylopaki, and Plazio. That's it.
Ryan keeps track of these things.
I know, I do.
He knows all the information. So,
That's really good.
did you ever see yourself acting when you were little?
Well, I mean, once, not before I was on stage, no. Before that, I think it was just like, I want to be a policeman or a spy. No, I was really into James Bond when I was like 9. So I think I was trying to figure out in my head how one becomes a spy.
Aw.
But no, I never really considered acting as a profession. It's just one of those things that you just see on TV, you know, or in the movies.
Did you know about Power Rangers before auditioning?
What's that?
Did you know about Power Rangers before auditioning?
Of course. My gosh, yeah. I mean, I was one of those kids that grew up on it when I was like 6, I suppose, with Mighty Morphin, of course. And so me and like my group of friends, we had the whole like Rangers, birthdays, costumes, bed sheets, toy, you know, the whole thing. But of course, like after a certain point, it was just sort of like tucked into like this really golden era of childhood. So it was kind of a blast to hear first that I had friends who were auditioning for it. And I was like, what? I want to get in on that. Martial arts, New Zealand, you know, like this epic series that I grew up on. Like, yeah, of course.
So again,
totally fortunate.
Go ahead and leave questions below, and we'll make sure at the very end Davi will answer them. So your next question is, what did you think of your character, Sir Ivan, as Xandar?
A real joy. I mean, a lot of people, I remember Michael Tabor, who played Green, right, in Dino Charge, and he kind of asked someone, and that person got around to me, how I'm like really method and how I like maintain my character off screen. And the response was like, oh, that's just kind of how Davi is. You know, I mean, forever, you know, I love like playing around with voices and dialects and characters just for fun and amusement. You know, it's not like I'm trying to do anything. It's just fun. So getting to play Sir Ivan was like, oh, yeah, this is like what I do in my sleep, you know? So, yeah, it was great. I love Ivan.
Did you like the episode where you got to play with a relative or your great-great-great-grandson?
Yes, my great-great-great-great-great-grandson. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes. I mean, it was definitely the most bizarre to shoot, and getting to play a different character as well was a lot of fun. Considering he's so different from Sir Ivan, you know, and a little bit like, well, he's contemporary. So it was like also bringing on this other style to what before was like this kind of over-the-top knight.
I see.
Did you enjoy New Zealand when you're out there? We have heard all this.
Yeah, shocked that it took me a couple of months to sort of get used to the change, because I'm the kind of guy that's like, oh, give me a new country, a new place, a new culture, you know, new stimuli as a whole, and I'm in, you know, without thinking twice. So when I got there and it was like, oh, I can only really just FaceTime my friends. I can't really see anyone. And of course, I was lucky to have such a great cast and crew. But, you know, sometimes you get out of work and you want to just like tune into something else. But it took a little bit of time. However, once I'd made that adjustment, I extended my time in New Zealand because I loved it so much. And all of us at this point are itching to return. It was one of the best experiences ever.
Now the question is, a reunion episode.
Yes.
Since you're like, we're hearing things, especially on Yoshi's trips back because of his brother. So.
Yes.
Yeah, and they said past Rangers are coming back. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Nothing has been concluded yet, but we are on our toes about that. That's certainly not something that's just a rumor. But we don't know yet.
Fingers crossed.
Like I said, we're all psyched. Yeah, we would love to go out there. The cast, I mean, from our first impressions at Morphicon was really cool. So it'd be great to team up and get all of us together again, put on the old suits and rock and roll.
Back to since you did mention PMC, everybody,
Yes.
we did see that interview with the hashtag show. How did you felt
Yes.
in that moment where they announced the cast? We just want to know your reaction.
Yeah.
Well,
prize.
We knew everyone but Peter, right? Yoshi's brother, who took the mantle as Blue, which was phenomenal, right? So we had met everyone in the green room, sort of like a side room, and we sort of just shook hands. Actually, it was, again, Michael and I were like, we snuck out and them yet, but we jumped in, and it was really cool. Everyone was really, I couldn't believe it was like another Brazilian, and everyone was just like, yeah, sweet and compatible. But later on, we found out that Peter Sudarso was there, and they didn't want to spoil the surprise. So the moment he saw that we were walking in, he dove underneath the catering table. So yeah, we were in there for at least like 5 minutes. So he was tucked underneath like, I don't know, bagels and cream cheese for a bit of time.
Yeah. So my next question is, what was your, besides the the relative episode, what was your other favorite episode of your season?
Oh gosh, there's quite a few that were just like kind of otherworldly. I did enjoy, which I thought was a very special one. It was one of the first episodes. We were going sand dune boogie boarding.
Oh, I remember that.
That's the friendship episode.
Yeah.
So when we read the episode, we kind of all looked at each other and we're like, are we spending the day on dunes? And like, yeah. And so essentially we went out there, and of course it's like every kid's dream too, because you don't just, because what happens when you go down a giant sand dune, right? You have fun, you take the sand out of your eye, then you have to walk all the way back up to the hill. But for us, I mean, we're shooting, right? So we jumped into these like these topless sort of jeeps, and that just climbed up over the dune, and then we would just load up and do it again. So it was an adventure going down, an adventure going up, and it was kind of like an all-day thing. It was like, all right, you're done with work. So it felt sort of like work being, go to the amusement park and ride all the rides and pretend you're having fun with each other, you know? So we legitimately all bonded that day.
I see.
One of the questions, did you enjoy, because I'm assuming this was your first one attending to, did you enjoy going to PMC 2016 last year? And seeing how much fandom there was?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I was actually there the first year. Me and Claire and I were in the back. And I remember this funny exchange because we had a seat, and then we got up for a second. I think it was just because someone came by that we knew. And then as soon as we got up, someone sort of just like pushed through us and sat down and was like, sorry, you know? And we're like, he doesn't know who we are. You know, in this series, this is obviously like a super fan, and they like had no idea. But so this time being able to be there, but like actually interact with everyone was, it was insane. And I had two friends come as well, and they were like, it was nuts to hear just like the chanting and such positive vibes, and everyone was there with as much energy and curiosity as we were for what was to come, and celebratory kind of camaraderie over the series that we had just shot. So it was a really lovely experience.
Yeah. Speaking of PMC, thanks for the photo you gave me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, moving to the big leagues.
That must have been day 2, right?
Yeah, day 2.
Yeah.
Or was that day 1? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, some of them didn't even go day 2. But we had a small group who was like, I think it'd be great because we get to walk, we get to interact, you know. Versus day 1, we're like cooped up in a room, and then it's like answer questions for like 6 minutes. What was that about? We like traveled all this way, and it was like, and that's all the time we have. Thank you, everybody. And it was still this huge line.
Yes.
I know. I'm hiring, but like honestly, we were ready to keep going.
Yeah. See, so for big leagues, you know the movie's coming out in March. What do you think of it, or it's your first impression of the movie, the Pioneer movie? And
also, the official trailer just came out today or
okay. Hold on.
Oh, just go ahead.
We're gonna recharge. It just low battery. We are recharging. Okay, one moment. There. That should. Cool. We're back.
There you go.
Yes.
So my question was, what do you think of the Power Ranger movie coming out? And did you see a trailer? The new trailer?
Yes, yeah, I saw the trailer. I heard a bit of that were happening behind the scenes and putting this movie together, which makes sense because when you have a movie that is based on the series that's existed for the 20 years and it's known to have a certain style, and here you are, and then every year we have a new origin story, essentially, every 2 years, 3 years, right? With every different installation, it's like, this is how they became Rangers. So here's the movie version. So then the question is like, well, what do we do differently, and what do they look like, and are we telling the story to the kids, to the adults, to the old fans, to the parents? Who are we talking to? And oh yeah, we can't hire a black ranger and a Native American red ranger, and but I love this guy and I love this girl, and what are we gonna do? Right, or this direct, so when you ask, so I'm excited for it, first off. And the trailer was it was cool. Like, the music was cool. It was I think it's a little bit more sophisticated.
Yeah.
A little bit more of an adult audience, and then ending the trailer right before you actually even see the mask, how cool is that? So no, we're all looking forward to going and seeing it. We hope to be at the premiere.
Now we're off to Ryan's quick, fun questions. Go, Ryan.
Besides Power Rangers, so these are fun questions, asking you your favorite stuff. So, what is your favorite food you eat all the time?
My favorite food.
Yeah.
I would say I love seafood.
Seafood?
Like, to the max. I would eat seafood every day. Seafood, and I'm a vegetable fanatic. So, and none of that like Caesar ranch. No. It's like just olive oil, salt, pepper, maybe balsamic, garlic. But yeah, so vegetables, seafood, and I'm also always up for French fries.
Same here.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite superhero growing up besides Power Rangers?
Ooh, aside from Power Rangers, I'd say I love the X-Men show, and I always thought that was something that the animated one.
Oh.
It was always something kind of like, I always felt like it was just a little bit ahead of me in terms of maturity. So it was kind of like grown up and cool and really edgy. So I was always impressed by them. And the X-Men, the Batman animated series as well, was always kind of like darker than I thought supposed to, which made it excellent, So those two, X-Men and Batman.
Do you have a favorite TV show you watch right now? Or TV series?
Let's see. So I was on that Stranger Things bandwagon with everyone else. Mr. Robot. I saw Mr. Robot season 1 and was kind of like, whoa, I can't believe this is being made, because a lot of it is kind of true. And I haven't hit season 2 yet, but it looks really good.
Okay. What's your movie or movie franchise?
Ooh, a movie franchise. Okay, let's see here. The movie franchise would be, oh my god. All right, well, I think Christopher Nolan's Batman, the second one, honestly, out of all of them, like, they were good. Ledger Batman, I thought, made the entire rose the entire franchise, as well as set a new standard for what superhero movies could be.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think any has actually reached that sort of quality, except Mad Max, which wasn't really a superhero movie, but kind of went along the lines of this like huge budget, like larger than life characters. Mad Max was, I thought, glorious as an action film, one of the best.
Do you have do you have a celebrity crush?
Do I have a celebrity crush? I try not to like celebrities. I hate liking people that I don't know. I think, although growing up, I was always kind of into Nicole Kidman, and I think I had a man crush for young Pierce Brosnan as well.
He's Bonnie.
Exactly, growing up on Bond. And then it hit me one day. It's like, you should not romantically as expendable objects. That's a James Bond thing to do, and as cool as he was, that is not right. So yeah.
Well, my last question. Well, last two more questions. Do you have a favorite cartoon?
Favorite
cartoon? Cartoon character.
Oh.
Cartoon character.
Pardon?
Favorite cartoon character.
Oh, cartoon character.
Yeah.
Bugs. I think Bugs like hit gold during that Barber of Seville. He's like, and he's like on Elmer Fudd's head and stuff. I was like, this is amazing. But another cartoon character, let's see. A friend of mine introduced me to Naruto in freshman year of high school, and I was like, damn, this guy is awesome. I feel like, I don't know, cartoons. There's so many. They're just sort of like washing. I don't know why those two stuck out, but yeah, Bugs and our boy, and I think Ghost in the Shell. Here I am on an anime kick right now. Yeah. Yeah, I think those are pretty good cartoon.
The movie's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my last question is: besides in New York, in LA, where in the world would you actually love to go to, or favorite place?
Where would favorite place or love to go to? Like that's the unknown and the known.
You can say it both questions.
Both. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I recently started returning to Brazil about 5 years ago or so, 6 years ago. And every time I go back, it's to a different city, and every new city is a different world. So I would love to continue. And I suppose in going back, it kind of brings me closer to, origins and history and stuff. So I feel like that would be one, continuing to explore, the jungles, maybe the Amazon of Brazil. And then a place that's like I had been and not been, because I've been to the country, I haven't been to other places. Although, ruins. I've been like dying to go to one of those like Tomb Raider kind of ruins. Ever since I went to Mexico and visited Cancion. It was one of them that was just like a kilometer which was basically like a normal street that we know, except it was just pyramids, and there were no tourists because it wasn't written in the books, and I thought it was one of the most inspirational places I'd ever been. So I'd love to go to Asia or like India and visit one of those temples that's like tucked in the jungles, and like bring like equipment and just like sort of rappel down into a temple and explore and take photos and draw and think, and feel. I think that would be on the top of the list.
Awesome. Well, that's it for me.
So we have 5 more minutes of the live chat, and so we're going to go to the viewers' questions. One of the questions is, how was it in the suit, or the suit of character Sir Ivan? How did you enjoy wearing that?
You mean like the spandex suit, or like the coat that?
The coat.
That Neo coat.
The coat.
Oh hell yeah! The coat was superb, because I mean, number one, I was always easy to get dressed because it was like, this is my go-to. Everyone else had to have changes, right? But the coat was like, it reminded me of Neo, like all the time from the Matrix. That's my favorite that's one of my favorite franchises. Yeah, it reminded me of Neo. And it was like steampunk, which is also a really cool style I enjoy. That whole idea of like it's the 1800s and it's old, but it's also futuristic, and you're in zeppelins and airplanes. And so it's like, the buckle, the cape. Whenever I like threw kicks, like the whole thing would fly. It was just so cool. So yeah, the cape made Sir Ivan in a long way. The coat. So
Adrian, Phil.
Really, that was
Adrian, Phoebe. I think I butchered your name. I apologize. But what was your favorite part about playing Ivan?
The favorite part of playing Ivan was the fact that it kept me on my toes. Because I mean, in a lot of scenes in Power Rangers, you're investigating things, you're running around, right? Or you're interacting. But with Ivan, I always had a filter of like, but he's still new to this era. So what else do we have here that the other characters would take for granted, but Ivan would sort of like experience for the first time, Like I remember there was a scene that we were in the Dino Cafe, and we had this whole scene happening, and I think it had something to do with when Shelby wanted to go to the concert, and she won tickets, and Chase won tickets for her. So I remember we were passing the cell phone to call, and then we were just doing the cell phone scene. But I thought like, there's moments that Ivan is using this. So then it was like cell phone and him going like, well, this is so weird. So, and I know, and Chip the executive producer was like the only one who noticed. And he's like, that was good, because it's like keeping the character alive, So Sir Ivan was a little bit of a challenge in that regard, but also it was great because it was able to see the world in a different perspective.
And then Kent Brown says, "Hey Davey, how hard was it to keep the night accent?"
Not at all. Not hard at all. Like I said, I speak like that sometimes for fun. Yeah, so I would like means it would still be there, and someone would be like, why are you still speaking like him? It's like, oh yeah, my bad, sorry.
And then one of the things that we would like you to say for us, since you did have to change your voice, we usually ask our voice actors if they have to change their voice to at least say something for us. Can you at least, in your Knight's voice, say Rangers Live Chat for us?
Yes, please.
But of course. Well, you are absolutely listening to Rangers Live Chat. I look forward to seeing you again.
That was awesome. And then a shout out to our friend Martha. She is giving us the question. So I do apologize, you guys. We are so much short on time, but if Davi can, he'll go ahead and read your comments and answer them later on today. Davi, do you have any last words?
Davi?
Let's see. Oh no!
You lost Davi.
Did Davi disappear?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. I don't think Sir Ivan's gonna have last words. Viewers, just like Rangers Live Chat style, we have technical difficulties. So, let's do this.
Oh. Oh, wait.
Oh, he's
Wait.
muted.
Why is he muted?
Did he lose?
Oh.
I think he's gonna get back on. If not, I'll give him a call.
Oh, there he is.
There you are. There you are.
Sorry, you are. We're getting nervous.
It hijacked.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. So, what we were saying is, thank you so much, Davi, for joining us here on Rangers Live Chat. Viewers, we do apologize for this short time today. Davi has something important to go to. But Davi, if you can, there's a couple of comments on there, questions. If you can respond to them later on the day, we would appreciate that. But Davi, do you have any last words for your viewers, your fans?
For watching, I love interacting with you guys and seeing sort of like your interest and following along the show, because it was a pleasure to shoot, like living that world and then being on the other side and then seeing it all air. It's really great to re-energize with the series and re-experience it with all of you. So thank you so much, and I appreciate it and look forward to, well, I mean, the series completed, so on to the next, right? But thanks, and yes, I'll return an answer to those comments.
Yes, thank you so much, Davi. And again, you guys have me, Krishna from Rangers Live Chat. The two other boys, Austin and Lewis, are not here today because they are busy. One of them are going to be joining
Doings March.
Davi at one of the marches in Philadelphia, and then our friend Lewis, who had to work. So again, and then we also have Ryan, who's joining us here today. And and then our good friend Davi Santos. Thank you so much. And then, just like Rangers Life style, you guys. And thank you, Martha, for doing all the hard work. We do appreciate it. This is Rangers Life Chat, and here's our good white wave. Bye, guys.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
Wait.